And right now, these Marines and Marauders are not going to be able to make it to the base before these Zerglings do. These Zerglings are going to make it back to the base first. And the supply depot is down. He needs to throw up the supply depot to block all the rest of these Zerglings from coming in. And he does throw that up. Good, and he can defend this a little bit better now. But he was really in a bad situation. He got beat back to his own base and then caught with his supply depot down. And that's never a good situation you want to be in. So he's just making that bio ball, and right now Gangle does have complete map superiority in map control, and I saw him in another game today where it was actually on Kulas Ravine. He could basically contain his opponent, and he expanded. And really, that's what you need to do, not just for Zerg, but for any race. If you've got map control, and if your opponent is scared to leave his base, then that is the time when you want to expand. That is the time when you need to expand. Right now, Gangle is making 5 more Mutalisks and taking to a hive, getting an evolution chamber. I think the evolution chamber looks like the first one just went down, and the second one is about to finish. I'm going to go ahead and get these double upgrades. I feel like that could have gone down a little bit sooner. Staying decently on top of his macro. I've got a few more minerals he could spend. Maybe throw down an in-base hatch and use that with another queen and just pump Zerglings out the wazoo. And throw that with some Banelings, and you could really start to bust down this door and just take away, just kill all this bio ball army. But that is not what he's doing. So he's got 13 Mutalisks. Really, when you start getting up into the teens of Mutalisks and 13, 14, 15, 16 Mutalisks, you can really just start coming in here. You can take down a missile turret and maybe a supply depot or two. But we do see a Thor from Dakrin, which, if you do not micro correctly, Thors will eat Mutalisks for supper every day. And however, what you can do to avoid that, a lot of Zerg players will use what they call the magic box, which instead of selecting your Mutalist and just right-clicking to attack or attack A or whatever, you fly the Mutalist over the Thor, and then you press H to hold in place, or you press S to stop, and they will just, instead of clumping up, which is why the Thor will just own them so hard, and the splash damage will kill so many Mutalisks. If you use the magic box technique, then they won't clump up, and you can actually take down Thors pretty easily with Mutalisks. So depending on if he will use that technique or not remains to be unheard of and not seen. He's got all these Zerglings right now, and he's going to need those to counter this push. This Spinecrawler is going to fall so quickly. He has not reacted yet. He's still not reacted. He's going to be taken down. It looks like his Mutalisks are over here. His Zerglings just now reacting. Going to get us around on this Thor. But all these other troops are just... I feel like all these other troops are just going to finish off these Mutalisks. Depending on how many... No, they're all Marauders. They're all Marauders. If just half of these had been Marines, Gangle really would have been in trouble. Or if he'd had an extra Thor, Gangle really would have been in trouble, because it didn't look like he did use the magic box technique. And these Marauders are going to be able to, if they could come in here and snipe the hive, that would be ridiculous. Now, they are going to snipe an evolution chamber or two, but that's really not what you want at this point. You want to snipe the Greater Spire would be great. The Hive would be great. Something like that. Of course, you snap the spawning pool because you can't create Zerglings with that, but you can still create Mutalisks. You don't need the spawning pool after you've created the Spire anymore. So these Mutalisks are just going to come flying over here, and they've got no protection. These SCVs are going to go down extremely quickly. We've got a lot of these Marines out here, and he's got another Thor, so he might lose these SCVs if he can pull them back, but these Marines are coming out, and he can repel them and with this Thor and Marines. Although he did lose just a little bit too many SCVs there, and you can see Dakrin has lost more units. So right now, and getting Ultralisk right now, so that's very good. This is actually the longest game I've seen either Gangle or Dakrin play, so it's nice to see them using some of these higher tier units when they get a chance. Another thing Dakrin needs to be doing is getting more upgrades for his units, for his infantry. If he's going to be needing so many Marines to deal with his Mutalisk, he needs to be getting the upgrades as far as armor and weapons for that. And even combat shields would just be, it would help so very much. And he's got definitely the money to do that. So we see Gangle again building this base, although his other expansion has lasted for quite some time. And again, these Zerglings are just going to fall with that attack move command. Is really not. Oh my goodness, that Thor. Well, I thought it got more kills than 2. Looks like it. Certainly, a lot of them died there really quickly, but I guess it did just get 2. But yeah, these Mutalisks right now, he's just got these 3. He's got 40 drones, so he's definitely got a really good macro. But as far as army goes, Dakrin is in a much better position. I don't think Dakrin realizes this, or else he may not want to push out, or he would have been pushing out. But right now, of course, Gangle is 20, looks like about 20 food ahead, but at the same time, so many of those are just drones. He's got double the amount of drones. So really, if he's got that many drones, he could go ahead and go for gold expansion or something like that. I feel like Dakrin has got too many Marauders in his mix right now. Although against these Ultralisks, that really might be what he needs. He's going to stem up, but he's going to take down one Ultralisk maybe. Maybe not. Is 7 HP left. Really hanging in there. That's a hero Ultralisk there. And yeah, it just basically threw away his army. He didn't send that Thor with him. I guess he's keeping this Thor back here for defense. But production making another Thor, some more Marauders and Marines. He's just now making a starport, which I don't understand. If he was going so much of a heavy Marine Marauder, why he didn't get a starport with Medivacs before now. I feel like that would be very beneficial. Right now with these Ultralisks right now, Dakrin could be in trouble if he doesn't get an army out here quick enough. I was just talking about how Gangle didn't have an army, but the tides have really turned quite quickly. And Dakrin even could try to go for this expansion right up here. Go ahead and clear out these rocks, and just go for this expansion right here, because he's really only working off one base. He's not mining at his main now anymore. He's really only mining off his expansion, whereas Gangle is mining off his the third expansion and his second expansion, and he's not mining at all here at his main. So if we look at the units tab, Gangle has 6 Ultralisks and 16 Zerglings, so you can see where he is spending all his money right now. A lot of times you'll see with this many Ultralisks, you'll see an Overlord bringing in Queens to carry along with the army, and then just transfusing these Overlords to keep these Overlords there as long as humanly possible, because it really expands their life. And these Ultralisks are really just eating through this entire army, and I really can't see what Dakrin is going to be able to do against this. These 4 Ultralisks that has 7 kills, 9 kills, 5 kills, and 9 kills. This could be very well a good game from Dakrin. One Ultralisk does fall. Still got 2 more rushing here with more Zerglings, and I just don't see what Dakrin can do right now. He's only right now he's producing a Banshee and Terran infantry armor level 2. So yes, a Banshee will be able to take down all these units, but not quick enough to save him the game. And Dakrin does give him the GG. So Gangle does win the winners bracket for the ACM Starcraft 2 Double Elimination Tournament. So very good game both from Gangle and Dakrin, and I believe Dakrin will be moved to the losers bracket, and Gangle will go on to play the winner from the losers bracket. So thanks, and Album Cover sign off.